everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's Friday, so let's get cooking. This week, leeks are still in season. I got these from our local French village market and I'm going to make risotto. Let's get cooking. As always, I'm going to start my video about my leek, pea and bacon risotto by running through my ingredients and giving you alternatives in case you haven't got this. We're going to start off with the rice. I've got Italian arborio rice here. You can use any rice. Cheap rice is better because it's starchy and it will create that creaminess. The next thing you need is some hard Italian cheese. And I've only got a tiny amount left. So use any hard cheese. The noise you can hear in the background is my fire going. So I've got here about 200 grams of French Comté. Lovely cheese, it's a good strong cheese, and I'm going to grate it very finely. I've then got my leek. You can use fresh leek or frozen leeks for this. I'm using frozen peas. So I've got a whole leek. I've got about 250 grams of cheese. I'll use about this much, and again, so let's talk about this for Americans. I would use about 1.5 cups of rice for the two of us. So I will have more than I need for our lunch tomorrow as well. I've got 4 cloves of garlic. I've got 3 small onions, but you could use 1 decent sized onion. I'll use some chicken stock cubes. If you've got real stock or broth, use that. And I've got here 100 grams of lardons, which is chopped fatty bacon. I'll use some oil and butter to saute this in. And the ingredient you can't see here is some dry white wine. I will just use some very, very low cost cheap French wine, white wine. And I will add in, again, about a cupful of that. So there's my ingredients. So I'm getting all my ingredients prepared. I just got to show you this Comté cheese. It's just amazing, isn't it? Before I moved to France, I was so used to cheese. It was just in a packet. I hadn't seen cheese like this, with a crust on it, with a rind on it, since my childhood. I absolutely love it. Just had to share that with you. Comté cheese. So I have all my ingredients all ready. I have washed and chopped, well, I chop, then wash my leeks. I've chopped my onion. My bacon is already chopped. I'm trying to think about what that would be in American sizes. That's about a cupful. I've got 3 cloves of garlic. I'll add in a knob of butter. I'll add in some olive oil. I've got a wee bit here, you can see, of Italian hard cheese. A big mugful. I would say that's 1.5 cups of rice. And I've got here probably 2 cups of grated cheese. How much cheese should you use? As much as you can afford. What sort of cheese could you use? The best you can afford. When I was absolutely broke and the kids were little, no wine went in it. Wine didn't go in it at all. And instead of this, do you know what I would use? I would use spreadable cheese. The cheapest cheese I could possibly get was spreadable cheese in a tub. So if you can't afford good cheese and you've got spreadable cheese, put that in. Same as if you can't afford bacon and you've got a tin of chicken in the cupboard, or you've got a tin of ham in the cupboard, cut that up, stick that in. The whole point about Frugal Food on Friday is I share with you affordable ways of putting a decent meal on the table. So I'm going to get it in the pan. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba-da. I'm going to talk over this bit that I'm doing here. So all in all, with the amount of rice that I'll add about a litre of liquid. And I just keep adding in a bit more water. And at this stage, I'm going to add in here, I've got half a mugful of white wine. And my peas, and I'll go back to stirring it. So my risotto has been cooking now for about 40 minutes, and every now and then I just take a little spoonful and I check the rice, and I've got it cooked to the point that I like it. And now I'm going to start adding in my cheese. I love it when it reaches that sticky point. Ooh, delicious. I'm going to add in all of my hard Italian cheese that's left. The recipe usually calls for huge amounts of cheese, but like I always say, just use the amounts of cheese that you've got. If you haven't got any cheese, just leave it out. Just don't add any cheese at all. And I am calling that. I know the rice is just lovely, and I'm going to serve that up. So creamy and absolutely delicious. It might be April and it might be warm where you live, but I've lit the kitchen fire. It's certainly cold where we are. Let's get this served up and have it for our dinner. So there it is, all finished. A leek, pea and bacon risotto for our dinner, and 2 little bowlfuls for our lunch tomorrow. It's not best when it's microwaved, but it's perfectly palatable and we certainly like it. The smell of this is absolutely gorgeous. Sort of garlic, white wine and bacon. It's just absolutely delicious. We're starving and we're going to eat our dinner. Well, we really hope that you enjoyed that very simple, frugal and affordable recipe. If you did, hit the like button. We'll see you again soon. Bye!